Welcome back. You're watching Ozarks tonight. I'm glad you're here. I'm David Oliver. We're going to be talking tonight about the future of Springfield. Perhaps you've heard of Vision 2020, kind of the roadmap that was developed many years ago about what we wanted Springfield to look like into the future. Well, that's coming to an end, so now it's time to get a new master plan in place, if you will, in the city. And this time it's being called Forward Springfield. And we're going to be talking about that right now with Brendan Griesmer from the Planning and Development Department. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We're happy to have you. Let's talk first of all about, let's go back a little bit. Talk about Vision 2020. That was years ago, kind of the roadmap of what we wanted to see happen in Springfield for the future. Have we accomplished most of those goals set out in that plan?
We've accomplished a great deal, and I think the Vision 2020 process was really a very citizen interactive process. We engaged over 350 citizens over a 12 to 18 month period in individual workshops or individual meetings to really develop that vision for the community. And you know, when you look back at this point on what's been accomplished, when you look back to things like Jordan Valley Park and the 2 sheets of ice at the ice rink and even the minor Cardinals ballpark, those were all items that came out of Vision 2020. And so I think that's the type of engagement and effort we want to take forward as we move into Forward Springfield.
Let's let folks know what Forward Springfield is all about. This is the next master plan, if you will, in terms of what we want to do, what we want to see. Talk about all the components in Forward Springfield.
Absolutely. The Forward SGF is what we're calling it, and Forward SGF is that next iteration. We wanted to take a plan forward that would really be the essence of the community. And so we were looking at everything from housing, economic development, public infrastructure, transportation, a lot of those type of different elements that we want to focus on over the next 15 to 20 years in order to move the community into the 2040.
Yeah, I know some of the questions you all want to kind of help answer with this process is what's the overall vision for the community, what should be done to improve our transportation system, how do we accommodate commercial growth and protect vulnerable neighborhoods. Those are just some of the things that are being addressed with this process. And you're actually hoping to get citizens involved with this like we did back with Vision 2020 as well, right?
Right. Yeah, and we're approaching it a little different this time with the advent of social media, which we didn't have back then, and some of those areas we're encouraging both from an internet standpoint. We have the website forwardsgf.com, and people can go there to actually log their comments. They can take surveys. We actually have a mapping program on there that will allow them to place pins on issues, maybe a bad intersection that they would like to see improved, or a great asset that they would like to see retained in the city. And so we're asking from that standpoint, but then we also have several workshops coming up in the coming days, and so that will also drive hopefully citizen input into that stage.
Yeah, you've got those coming up next week, in fact, because September starts. It's kind of hard to believe we're in September. Yeah. They're on September 4th and 5th, and you've got actually several in different locations around town to try to garner more input from across the city, right?
We do. We have 3 areas. We're doing a workshop on the north side at the Northview Center, which is in Doling Park, on September 5th, or excuse me, September 4th, and then on September 5th we have 2. One we have a planning studio at 351 Boonville. There'll be one there in the afternoon, and then on the south side will be at Kickapoo High School in the evening.
I would imagine that's important to have those different geographical locations, because what's important to somebody maybe on the north side is going to be different than what's important to somebody maybe on the south side or in Center City in those various geographical areas.
Yeah, we do see that. We do see different issues in different parts of the community, and I think it's important that we wanted to get out and try to get to every part of the community. And so we're not only doing the workshops, we will be also doing some other community engagement as we move through the next coming months as well.
So what is the timeline on this in terms of we want to get a plan on paper in place? What are our deadlines?
Right. So this is the Forward SGF process is about an 18 to 24 month process. We start with just gathering basic information. Where are we at right now, and then moving forward into the future. And so that takes about 18 to 24 months just to get to all the citizen engagement events that we can. And there'll be some this fall, and there'll also be some after the first of the year even.
Okay. Are you hearing anything yet Any kind of input yet from people who have given you some ideas or thoughts that you can even share with us tonight?
Yeah, I think it's some of the issues that we would normally consider crime, is one issue that's popped up. City beautification and kind of that community image has popped up, code enforcement and those type of things, even transportation improvements. So we're seeing, and those are things that you would probably normally expect to see, but we're seeing, all across the board, all sorts of different issues.
And I guess you hear people say all the time, well, if you don't vote, you can't complain. So I guess with this process here, if you don't speak up, you can't complain, right?
Absolutely, and we want everyone to have their voice heard. Either go to the website, attend one of our community events, attend one of our smaller meetings. We would love to have as much citizen input as possible.
Not that it's just about complaints, obviously. That's
right.
An analogy. We hear that sometimes. All right, so again, those are coming up. The public workshops next week, September 4th and 5th. And folks can get more information, you said, and even give you feedback at forwardsgf.com.
Yes.
We've got that across the bottom of your screen there, forwardsgf.com, to leave your thoughts on what you want to see happening here in Springfield for the next, how many years are we trying to plan out?
This is a 15 to 20 years, so 2040 is really our target. We're on the Vision 2020, we're right there, and so yes, the next 20 years. 15
to 20 years is a long time, so if you want something to happen, speak up, right?
That's right.
All right, Mr. Griesmer, thanks for coming in. We appreciate it. And of course, you'll find more again at forwardsgf.com, and we'll have more Ozarks tonight after this quick break.